So once again, I guess if we look back at a few of the past press conferences, I'm probably saying the same things over and over again. We got to play a little better this week to beat this team on our opponent because we continue to play better and better teams. Really impressed by what Coach Oates is doing at Alabama. They are one of the fastest teams in the country. They're third in the country in tempo. That's hard to do. I mean, they're getting it and they're going. They're playing with great freedom, and they're the best three-point shooting team in our league. They're hard to guard because of it. They use Alex Reese like we use Anthony McLemore, and it kind of puts you in a difficult position as far as how you choose to guard that action. I tell you, I look at their record, and we'll say that they're 6-3 in their last 9 games, and 3 of those losses were at Kentucky, which was a very late possession game, at Florida where they had a 20-point lead or a big lead, and then at Penn State where they led most of the game. Otherwise, they'd be 9. They would have won their last 9 games instead of just being 6-3 and 8-7. So it's a dangerous opponent. Obviously, it's a rivalry game for us, and we're going to have to be able to handle the environment and look forward to the opportunity to get a win that most people won't get at Alabama. And I do know that. I think we've won. We're 10-47 in our last 57 games in Tuscaloosa.
Haven't won back-to-back games there since 1970-71. Talk about making history. That would be another one.
I mean, it'd be great history to make if you can get it. Because it is obviously the math speaks for itself, and for us, we're gonna have to be able to defend the 3-ball. We'll have to. They do a great job chasing down second chance points. They play with great elevation at home. They've been good on the road too. I mean, they've played well on the road. They played really well at Penn State and Florida and Kentucky.
Talk about the importance rebounding is going to play Wednesday night.
I think it'd be big. I mean, we could have some if we can get the ball inside, inside shots, inside rebounds. If they miss their 3 balls, long shots, long rebounds, chasing them down with their speed and their quickness. Transition is important to both teams, and so who's going to be able to convert, in transition. This will probably be the most hostile environment that we'll play in. Yet, there are tickets available, so I think it'd be great if we get some Auburn fans in there and hear from our fan base a little bit and give us a fighting chance. We want witnesses on the road, not just fans. And so I think it'll be our most challenging game this far. Obviously, St. Louis has probably got the best net number of our teams we played. The 2 teams we played in Brooklyn, Richmond, and New Mexico, both having good years. Anytime you win at Mississippi State, that's a tough place to play. But so far, this will be our toughest game.
Is Petty going to be the most dangerous player along with Neesmith you played this year?
Yeah, I mean, Petty at Alabama is that's been a formula for disaster for us. And I'll tell you, a lot of the guys I know their roster really well because I recruited almost all of them and didn't get any of them. That's a compliment to Alabama. Great kids, great players, great families, and so I finished 2nd, 3rd, or 4th on a whole bunch of those guys that are playing for Alabama.
How's your team kind of handled stayed on an even keel? You've gone up the rankings. You've gotten a lot more hype. One of the last unbeaten teams. How have they handled that?
Yeah, we've gone up the rankings just simply because there aren't that many teams going to rank ahead of us based on our record. And where we are in the net, which is so important as far as the NCAA tournament. I think it just speaks to the character and culture of our program. We respect every opponent. We try and play hard every night, and not just against certain teams or certain environments. I mean, I think our guys have been pretty good. I think that having 5 seniors and Isaac Okoro, who I've called my 6th senior, I think it has a lot to do with that. So we've been pretty even, even keeled. Now we're going to have to now begin to show step up. Now there's got to be more step up. I thought we stepped up a little bit against Georgia, but again, it's why you play these games. So if we can continue to step up, we can go from being a really good team to being a very good team.
Has there been anything that surprised you about this, given who y'all lost and everything? Anything that surprised you about kind of the first half of the season about this team that's come through that maybe you weren't sure about?
Nothing's really been surprising. I know what we're capable of. I know what our weaknesses are. I know what's coming, and I know how much better we got to get. And we'll see if we have it, if we have that in us. We'll see how we respond to losing. We're going to lose. And I always say adversity reveals character. And so our character will get more and more revealed once we lose. That doesn't mean it's how do you handle it? How quickly can you bounce back? So you get more heavily scouted. People begin to get a little bit of more of a beat on what it is that you do, and somebody's going to beat us and do something that's going to really bother us, and then everybody's going to pick it up. Well, you think that the teams that played LSU weren't watching Auburn's defense. After we held them down, they did, and then LSU had to find ways to deal with it, and they dealt with it in our game not as well as they dealt with it in games past, and that's obviously what happens in those matchups.
Bruce, how have you gotten this team to buy into the fact that defense is the most important thing to going forward?
I think simply because you can make no argument that if you just base it on personnel, take Jared, Bryce, and Chuma, nobody in our program could replace those three guys offensively. And it's hard to replace Chuma defensively because he was so good. But Javon can defend like Jared. Now, can he take some more charges? Can he make a few more plays defensively? Samir actually is a stronger defender than Bryce, even though Bryce was tremendous on the ball and was really good defensive for us. Samir is a better overall defender. And then you add Isaac Okoro, who could be one of the better defensive guards in the country. And so I think and then Austin Wiley has improved his mobility and his defense. Anthony's always been a factor defensively. D'Angelo has taken pride in the fact that he can guard multiple positions and is going to get that opportunity against Alabama again. He's going to be on John Petty sometimes. He's going to be on Kyra sometimes. He's going to be on big guys sometimes. Having that ability, look, late in the game, Alabama outplayed us last year at Alabama. They had that game. We came back, we made some plays. We probably stole one there a year ago. And but it was Chuma getting switched onto Kyra late that actually wound up. Chuma had a great defensive play on a great player in Kyra Lewis. Can we make that play? And this is a better Alabama team than it was a year ago. Their record doesn't reflect that, but truly they are.
Coming off Georgia arrival, and now you go to Alabama. Does that matter to these guys? Does that, do players, they look at that kind of the rivals for Auburn?
I think that we definitely recognize the rivalry. There's no question. We accept it, and the games mean more. I mean, it means more when we play Georgia. It means more when we play Alabama. It means more when we play Kentucky because of their history. But I think two things. One, we've got to. So far, we've been excited about playing everybody every night, and it's been a key to our success. And will there come a time at some point during the season where we don't have the same effort and energy, and that's what gets us beat? Because what we do defensively and rebounding does not work without tremendous effort and energy. I suppose it's bound to happen when you play, a certain number of games. It hasn't happened to us yet.
Isaac said he hasn't really paid attention to any of the NBA chatter around him, but have you been surprised at all by just how much his stock has risen in a short time?
I'm so pleased that his stock has risen, if it has. I don't pay much attention to it either, but I'm really pleased that, from what I understand, it has. I think Isaac is a great story for all student athletes that are in that position. He really, truly isn't paying any attention to it. Again, it's like he just was raised right. He's paying attention to the next practice, the next opponent, how he's going to eat tonight, what he's going to do rest, what he's going to do academically. And he is such a joy to coach. When the season's over, we'll look at it and make a great decision. The information will all be available to us, but that's not why he's playing. He's not playing for that. If that's in his future, which it is, great. But how refreshing. And I do think, as a result, he takes pressure off himself. I have coached players that took every shot going, if I can make this, I can get drafted. You talk about having a tough time. And to the victor go the spoils, and the riches at the next level are so great. It takes real toughness and real mental discipline and a real kind of a joy of the game. And it's easy for Isaac Okoro to block those things out because of how he's built and his true makeup. It's harder for others.
And getting the ball inside to Austin has been kind of an adventure still.
Yep.
I know it's something you guys work on, but are you surprised by how much trouble you have just getting the ball in his hands?
I'm not surprised by it, but I'm disappointed in our ability to do it. Passing the ball to the post is it's a lost art. We're not doing a good enough job of teaching it, training it, coaching it. You see it over and over again. I was very frustrated in the game against Georgia. But the bottom line is this: when a guy catches the ball on the perimeter, the first thing he should do is look at the rim. And in looking at the rim, he should get that ball in a shot-ready position. And while he's looking at the rim, he should be able to see the post. But before he even gets it, he should have an idea what's going on in the post. Before he even gets it, he should have an idea about whether he's going to be open to take a shot. Before he gets it, he should have an idea whether or not he's going to rip in a takedown of the back. They got an idea when they can shoot it. They got an idea when they can drive it. But they don't oftentimes, when they first catch it, have an idea whether the post is open. And that's the only time it's open. Because the ball got reversed, it's sealed, it's opened. If you don't throw it right away, you hesitate, then you throw it, then it's a turnover. And just something we got to work on and something we got to continue to get better at.
We're good?
Thanks.